Hello, beautiful people. Welcome back to Global Happiness Today TV. Right now, other Southerners, the ones that came out from the old Eastern region, have decided to adopt a style that will help them leave Nigeria, succeed, have their own nation. And they are all pipelines or activities are actually on the pipeline to get this done. Before going to the newspaper to find out how this is going to be done and who's championing what, would like you subscribe to our channel by clicking on the red subscribe button. Beside it, you'll see a bell notification icon. Please go ahead, click on it to get notified as soon as we update our channel on YouTube. Where the people of Ijaw Nation have vowed to adopt the strategy of self-disobedience, or rather of civil disobedience, to actualize its self-determination movement. Professor Benjamin Okaba, president of Ijaw National Congress (INC), told us in the charts that he has been given the backing of Ijaw people to drive their plan, which he said would not be made public, but stresses that Nigerian nation will hear from them. He said, and I quote, "The Ijaw people have resolved to seek self-determination very peacefully, lawfully, legitimate, not violent, with an element of civil disobedience, so that we have a proper grasp of our God-given wealth." This is coming in the wake of over 62 years of complaints, even before independence, that necessitated the setting up of Wilkins Commission, where we never indicated interest to be part of the Nigerian nation because of the fear of domination, marginalization, and injustices that we have seen so far. Okaba added, "Our strategies are clear, but our modus operandi is not known. We are going to be lawful, but the Nigerian nation will know that we are angry. The lesson that they will take is that when we are angry and cry, they will know. We are tired," he says. "We have written communique, gone on protest, and nothing has happened. We demanded 10% of the Petroleum Industry Act (PIA), but they gave us 3%. We will not fight, but we will bring strategies that will make the government come to its knees. Our strategy is not violent, but we will adopt a strategy of civil disobedience." Speaking about the summit they had on Saturday, Okaba stated that they took an introspection of all the effort that they made in the past, in spite of being the sustainer of the Nigerian project since 1956, when oil was discovered, in spite of contributing and sustaining democracy, in spite of providing over 80% of the gross domestic product, that's GDP, in this country called Nigeria, we receive in return insults, frustration, and backwardness. It is time for the Ijaw people to come together, be united, and seek self-determination and actualization, he said. According to him, another issue of concern is the high degree of environmental degradation, which he said has remained unattended to. Boro in 1966 declared a revolution that centered on marginalization, underdevelopment, and environmental degradation. This is environmental injustice to the extent that the government is only interested in extracting the fat from our bowels and paying lip service when it comes to remediation. As we speak, the Nembe oil spill is still on. Nothing has changed. Thousands of liters of hydrocarbon is being emptied into our creeks. Over 45 communities in the area have no water. Their source of livelihood, that is the fishes, are dead and displaced. The government has not curbed the spill. The company that is responsible for the spill has sent only 200 bags of rice. And when you send 200 bags to 45 communities, what do you expect? The Minister of State for Petroleum only visited recently after 3 weeks of the incident. He promised that the spill will be curbed in 2 days, and as we speak, the spill is still on and he has not said anything. The minister is overseas. His place is burning, while his people are suffering, displaced, and dying of hunger. He said, this is quite a pathetic one, I must say. Now everybody's thinking on agitation, everybody's thinking of secession, and he said, "Well, we may not go in a violent manner, but definitely they are going to go through civil disobedience." I really wonder, what does he mean by civil disobedience? Okay, but let's hear what Nigerians are generally saying concerning this very quickly. This one here is saying, "You will soon hear from some northerners justifying federal government action against Ijaw nation." This one here is saying, not only the northerners, they should actually hold British responsible. This one here is saying, this one here is saying, betrayers, look at what you are seeing for yourself. This one here is saying, the era of self-determination or freedom has gone and gone forever. So it is now that the sleeping tablets you people took have cleared your eyes. Anyway, for your information, the Igbos have decided to take what they need to take away sleep from their eyes. I wonder what that means as well. Okay, but let's look at this very critically. The Ijaw nation are now tilting towards self-determination agitation. They've lined up their demands. They said first they asked for 10%. They gave them 3% from the PIA bill, which was not too friendly. They also looked at the issue of the fact that all liquid gold is actually being mined from or being extracted from their communities, the various communities, but yet the oil spillage is taking away the other part of their lifestyle life, which is the fauna, the flora and the fauna. The fauna is the environmental animals, while the flora happen to be the plants, living in that environment. And they are complaining that apart from this so-called oil and gas, one of their major source of income or even livelihood has always been the fishes. And if the oil spills into the fishes, of course the fishes will be gone, as those who couldn't run fast enough will probably be killed. And if any of these fishes are being swallowed, it becomes biomagnified and becomes something else. So we need to be guarded when it comes when you hear such a call. It's not just for the Ijaw nation; it's for as many of the states that are into oil and gas or have deposits of oil at their domain. While the Ijaw nations are generally not telling the whole world that look, they have the pipeline deals on ground and they have the intention of rolling it out, stretching the fact that they have been watching the indigenous people of Biafra on how they're moving, and steadily they have been seeing the level of progress they have recorded. I guess they have decided to adopt their own as a different entity entirely, not connected to the southeast as the old eastern region would permit, but they're having their own. Well, that's where we're going to wrap it up. What's your take on this? Let's meet in a conversation. What's it?